Ordinarily, I try and avoid fast food, but let me tell you, I'm gonna savor every bite of this bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. It may be my last meal for a couple of days. Joel and I are doing a fishing survival challenge. We're gonna spend 2 days down at the port of Delacroix in southeast Louisiana, and we're only gonna eat what we catch. We don't catch any fish, we don't eat. Now, we do have a few ground rules for this challenge. Our plan is to make 4 successive trips. Morning, afternoon, and we can only eat at our next meal what we caught in that previous trip. So we can't just catch a bunch of fish first thing this morning and eat them the whole rest of the time we're here. Now, we brought a cast net. We also brought some crab nets. So we may end up throwing a cast net. I don't know, we may end up having to eat mullet. We'll see. But hopefully we can catch a few fish and then catch some crabs using the fish heads. It's kind of our plan, but you know how plans sometimes go. It's gonna be very exciting. I love fishing tournaments, but this is gonna be a whole other level of pressure. Oh man, I'm getting hungry already. All right, so our home for the next 2 nights is Delacroix Sweetwater Marina. Really, really great place here, great lodge, great place to stay. Man, I wish this wind wasn't blowing. All right, so if you own a boat, you know what boat stands for, break out another 1,000, right? So we're just here, first morning of our survival challenge. Watch this. Dead. Battery is kaput. Now, I know my trolling motor batteries are good because they're only about 6 months old. I've been waiting for this day with my cranking battery because it's about 4.5 years old, and it happened today. So, got 2 options here. I can run back to the truck and get jumper cables and start the motor that way all day off the trolling motor batteries, or I can run into town and get a new battery. I think I may do that midday. I think we're gonna start the trip with the jumper cables, so I can go back to the truck and get them. All right, so plan A didn't work. We tried using the jumper cables to jump the battery off of the trolling motor batteries, and it just wouldn't happen, it wouldn't take. So I had to run into town and get a new battery, and now I gotta hook it up. So we are at least a couple hours behind schedule. Ordinarily that wouldn't be a big deal, but literally we did not bring any food. So we've got to catch some fish. It's gotta happen this morning. So I'm gonna get this hooked up. Hopefully everything works out all right and this motor runs and we get to continue on our fishing adventure. Begin our fishing adventure. All right, so I'm no mechanic, far from it, but obviously changing out a battery is a piece of cake. I'm not positive that's the problem, but I feel like it is. But this is gonna be the moment of truth. We gotta see if this motor is gonna start. If not, our weekend's pretty much gonna be over. That's bad news. Well, that's bad news. All right, so this day is definitely proven to be somewhat disastrous. I can't believe this battery I bought was uncharged. So I've got Sweetwater's portable power pack sitting on it, trying to charge it real quick, just to give it enough to start that motor. But it doesn't even seem like the power pack is fully charged. So I think what I'm gonna do, I've got an onboard charger that I'm gonna have to disconnect from my trolling motor, plug in, hook up to the hook up to the cranking battery, and then plug in. It's gonna take a while, no doubt about it. It's gonna take a while to charge this battery, at least I'd say an hour. So we're just gonna have to sit at the dock for a while. Like we haven't sat here long enough. Man, I wish we brought some food now. All right, so it's 9:22. We have lost the better part of this morning. It's gonna make this challenge really, really tough. I wanna give this battery at least an hour to charge. What I don't wanna have happen is it to start up the first time and us to get out there and not be able to get it started again. So I'm gonna be a little bit patient with this charge. I just gotta hope this works. If not, this is gonna be the shortest video in the history of Marsh Man Masson. All right, so I guess we could spend the next hour just feeling sorry for ourselves, but that's not gonna put food in our bellies. So I brought a cast net. I'm gonna try throwing it off the dock here, maybe catching some mullet. We also brought crab nets. If we catch some mullet, maybe something else, we can bait those crab nets and hopefully catch a crab or two, maybe even more. It'll give us something to eat for lunch. All right, so I literally haven't thrown a cast net in at least 5 years. It's been a long time. So I'm hoping it's like riding a bike, something you never forget. Everybody's got their own technique. Certainly I have mine. The way I was raised throwing these things. It's probably not the healthiest because obviously this is lead, but this is the way I was taught to do it. You put part of it in your mouth, dangle it over your right arm, and just throw it out and spin it. I know there are many, many techniques for throwing a cast net. Some probably better than this, but this is what I know. Alright, that wasn't bad. It opened pretty much all the way. It's deep here. I'm gonna let it fall all the way to the bottom. Looks like it hit bottom. Let's see if we got anything. We got some grass. We can eat some salad. That is it. Nada. I did see a mullet jumping over here on this side. I don't know how we could not get anything in that throw. There's glass minnows everywhere. There we go. Whoa! Oh, and a gar. We got one glass minnow and a gar. That's not a lot of crab bait. All right, we threw right over a mullet. Oh, there he is. We missed him. We missed him. Oh, we got a crab.
Hold on.
We got a crab. We're not going to starve to death. We got one crab, and he's a micro. He is a micro. All right, I can't even do it. He's only got one claw. Go ahead. Be free. We need your big brother. All right, so Joel put that glass minnow to use. Used it to catch a crab. It's a jumbo, but it's lacking claws. At least it's something to eat. All right, so it's not how we would have picked for the day to go, obviously. But Joel has now caught 3 crabs fishing just glass minnows off this little dock. 3 crabs not gonna fill us up, but at least a little bit of protein, something to eat. Now it's 10 o'clock now. Our battery's been charging for about 40 minutes. I kind of want to give it a little while longer before I even test it. Hopefully Joel will catch a few more crabs in the interim. All right, so the battery's been charging for an hour. It's still showing red, indicating it's still charging. Not fully charged yet, but the day is wasting away. We got to get out there. Fortunately, Joel has put a few crabs on the dock. I think we've got about 6 in the ice chest now, so we will have something to eat. I really want to go fishing. So I'm going to disconnect it and see if I can get the motor started. All right, so I got the battery fully hooked up, so this is the moment of truth. And I got to tell you, I'm a little bit nervous. I really hope this motor starts. And it did. Awesome. All right, we're going fishing. All right, finally we're fishing, or at least we're about to be. Let's see what time it is. 10:56, almost 11 o'clock, and we're about to make our first cast. Now, our first stop here, the water looks pretty good. It's got a little brown stain on the top, but it's actually got some decent clarity. We still got this wind blowing though. It's not horrible. It's probably about 10 knots, and it's switched from the west, now blowing out of the north. I looked at the buoy, and every day the last 3 days, the wind has gone from west to north to east. So maybe that's gonna happen again today. Certainly that's kind of setting up the pattern. Throughout the day, it just switches from west, north, all the way around to east, and next morning it blows again from the west. So let's see what happens. This inshore speckled trout bite is getting kind of long in the tooth. Right now it is mid-May, and I think we can catch some trout inside, but it's gonna take a little bit of effort. And what really sucks is that we totally missed the early bass bite. I was really kind of counting on that first thing today, but we missed it. So we really got to put some trout in the boat. Nothing else, we're gonna be eating 6 crabs. Now Joel caught 2 trout this morning close to the marina while I was off getting the battery. Unfortunately, both of them under 12 inches. That's kind of what happens. This time of year, if fish start getting small, those bigger trout move outside to spawn. We should have a couple more weeks, so this inshore bite, so I think we're gonna find some trout. I just have to move around a little bit. Hopefully our motor continues to start. Oh, smoked. No, absolute really? Smoked. Yep. First hit. That wasn't a maybe. That was a hit. It's probably one of those little trout. Yeah, can't afford to lose them today. All right, I was about to leave, but I just got that bite. It's gonna make me stay a few more casts at least. Yeah, Joel and I have determined we probably need about 4 fish. That would be 4 fillets each. That's not a bad meal. I'm already hungry. Maybe it's all psychological, but I feel like I'm starving. Maybe we can find something in Sweetwater's dumpster. All right, one more cast, and we're gonna move on. Pressure's too intense to sit in one spot. Just gotta hope this motor starts. Something else to add to the stress of the day. All right, time to move on. I was picking up the camera stuff. Joel just hooked up. I've never wanted to land a fish so much.
Oh, get caught in the motor.
Oh, it's a nice trout.
Nice trout.
Get him, Joel. Get him, Joel. Yes. All right. Yes.
He'll make a nice fillet.
All right. Now we're going to have to stick around a minute. Joel got a hit on a cast previous to that one and then landed that one. Awesome.
Definite keeper.
Definite keeper. About a 14-inch fish. All right. I'm going to make a cast. Where were you? Out this way?
Yeah, like the river.
I feel like we're fishing a tournament. You just caught an 8-pounder. Did he thump it?
No.
He's just there? Oh, I got smoked. Yes.
Oh,
smoked.
You can't miss him, dude.
Smoked. 1 down, 3 to go.
Come on.
3 more fish. That's all we need.
3.
3. Come on, we can do it. All right. To start.
We're a quarter of the way done.
I got a bite over here before, but made a bunch of casts with no bites.
Oh,
drilled?
Dude.
It's a lot of little fish in here, no doubt. That's what those bites are.
Oh.
I've never been happier to see a fish come over the gunnel. Because really, it's pretty close to lunchtime.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been up since 3:30. I'm pretty hungry. Fish on, fish on. You got him? Oh, come on, please be a keeper.
Come on, please be 12.
I think he is, I think he is.
Please, please, please.
Yes, indeed, yes.
I hope he's 12.
He is, I think he's 12. Please be 12.
12 and a half.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Halfway there.
Halfway there. Let's do this.
Good thing I brought you, I'd be starving to death. You gonna give me 2 of those fillets?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you agree to give me 2 of those fillets, I agree to give you a ride back to the dock.
All right.
Deal? Come on, huh?
Come on, dude,
you serious?
This is a toad.
Is it? Can we get the net?
God, dude, it's huge.
You think it's a red?
Might be a red.
Let me get the net.
Might have a red, but no red.
I don't care if it's a red. I'll eat him. More protein.
Yeah, it's definitely a red.
Big?
Snagging.
5-hook red?
Yeah.
Is he legal?
He may be. I don't know.
He's worth a measure. I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
It's like the worst possible scenario.
Yeah. I bet my house he's not legal. Joel, what's it like to catch a fish?
I need 2 more.
I don't really remember. You know, you're fishing your bait way more quickly than I am.
Dude, they are killing us. Plant my bait, brother.
Which, you know, the water temperature is 84 degrees, so it makes sense that I should pick up the pace a little bit. Fish? Fish?
Oh,
Fish?
Red.
Red? Another
No.
red? Well, he might be a keeper.
No, he's not biting.
He's not? Well, it might be a... No, he didn't come up, so he thought he's a trout.
It's definitely a throwback red. Dang gummit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Not a
16-inch
red, dude.
But put him on the scale. Put him on the tape! Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I'm saying 14 and a half. He's out the same mold as that last one. Hey, would you mind if I reel the next one in? I can't get a bite. There's a fish. There's a fish. Definitely a red. Oh, a catfish. Worse. Worse than a red. Now, you know.
Is that a fresh one?
No, it's a hardhead. If he was, if I wasn't confident we were gonna catch a couple more trout, I would keep this thing and eat it. But I'm not starving yet. So this guy's gonna get to live. So if you're from out of town, this is a saltwater catfish. We call them hardheads. They also have in our marshes another type of catfish called a gaff top. Gaff tops in general get a lot bigger. And gaff tops are pretty good to eat. Most people throw them back, but they are pretty good to eat. Dude. These are not good to eat. But desperate times would call for desperate measures, but I don't think we're to that point, so we let him go. So Joel and I keep trying to leave, but every time we do, we hook something. But now the last 3 fish have not made the box, so it might be time to leave. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is that? A croaker. That's a keeper croaker. Put that in the box. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hooked on the snout. Look at that. So that tells you something, because those fish are in these deep holes feasting on croakers. And you remember a few weeks ago how little the croakers were? And look at that. Take a big trout to eat him.
Oh, fish.
Fish on, fish on. That's a trout. That's a trout.
He's a keeper too.
Definitely keeper trout. I don't feel like I got a good hook set, but we'll see. All right.
Keep him in the boat. Keep him in.
All right.
Yeah.
Look, I lost my tail. All right, number 3. So our goal was 4 fish.
Come on, dude.
We're 75% of the way there. All right. 15-inch fish, maybe 14 inches. A definite keeper. Guess I'll throw it right back where I just caught that one.
Go ahead. No sabotaging going on.
I don't care who catches it.
As a team. Doesn't matter. We need food.
This is a team tournament. Oh, you saw that?
Oh.
You got him? You got him?
He's little.
Oh, came off.
No!
Came off.
That was my lunch.
That was my lunch.
Dang it.
Yeah, I think he was 12.
Yeah, he was. I think he's the last swing. Oh.
You threw up your lunch. Before it dies. There he is. There he is. Get the net, Joel. Get the net. We got to get him. He's not a big trout, but I don't care. Net him. He's hooked well, too. All right. Yeah, yeah.
Number 4, baby.
Never been so happy to have a trout. All right, we're going to eat like kings. Awesome. And you will be the guest of honor. Fish number 4. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. All right, since we got such a late start, what Joel and I decided to do was just catch 4 fish, and we did that. So mission accomplished. We're gonna head back to the launch, get these fish cleaned, go up, cook them, and eat them, rest a little bit, and then head back out this afternoon. Now remember, we can only eat these fish for lunch. The fish we caught, we can't eat them for dinner, but believe me, we can eat these 4 fish. We got 4 trout and 1 croaker, so it's actually 5 fish. The croaker's kind of small. All right, we survived the morning, made it back here to Sweetwater Marina, to where we're staying. Really, really beautiful lodge here, but it does not have a stove or an oven. It's got a toaster oven, so that's good. Definitely gonna be able to cook the fish. They're gonna be baked. Try my best to kind of broil them. See how close we can get them to the broiler. But these crabs are gonna live to see the light of day again, because there's gonna be no way to cook them. I brought a pot to cook them, thinking that there would be a burner here, but there's not. So toaster oven is it. It's gonna be fish for the next 2 days. All right, so fortunately this thing does have a broil setting. So we're gonna broil these fish. Broil? All right, we gotta let it get hot. So I'm gonna do something really simple. Just gonna pour some olive oil in this toaster oven pan. About a yay amount. I'm just gonna lay these flat on the pan, cook them about 10 minutes. And I'll tell you what, they will taste like steak. They will be good. See how many we can fit on this pan. Looks like about 5. 5 is our number. So keep these other 5 cold and do those in the second batch. So I guess if this was like a true survival challenge, we would just eat the fish raw, maybe over a fire, pierced with a stick. But we're not barbarians, so we brought some actual Cajun seasoning. This one's by Zatarain's. I'm gonna burn my fingers. Oof. Mission not accomplished. Put that on the broil level. Put these things up under this broiler. Now they got a timer on here, but I don't really trust that, so I'm gonna set the one on my phone. 10 minutes, they should be perfect. All right, batch number 1 is done, and they look really, really good. Maybe we're just starving to death, I don't know, but they really look good. I'm gonna take these out and plate them, and then start batch number 2. I'm ready to eat. My kingdom for a spatula. At the camp, you make do. All right. 3 for Joel, 2 for me. I'll get 3 of the next batch. All right, well, Joel's finishing up lunch while I'm dumping all these files onto the hard drive. After we get everything done, we're gonna head back out and try and catch some more this afternoon to eat this evening. We gotta catch something to eat tonight because everything we caught this morning is not on the menu for this evening. It's not allowed. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to Marsh Man Masson on YouTube and be on the lookout for the next video in our survival series. See what happens this afternoon. Hopefully we have as much success as we did this morning without all the boat troubles.